Hello everybody, welcome to ITIL V4 Foundation Course Preview by Service Desk Academy. So this material is based on Axelos ITIL material. It's reproduced under the license from Axelos. ITIL is a registered trademark of Axelos Limited, used in the permission of Axelos Limited, all rights reserved. The swirl logo is a trademark of Axelos Limited, used under permission of Axelos. ITIL trainings by Service Desk Academy. Our trainers have trained thousands of students, starting from ITIL V2, V3, and now V4. One of the first training institute to offer ITIL V4. Global best practice strategic partner with Axelos UK. We are fully accredited ITIL V4 foundation training and certification course provider. We are authorized to conduct online, public, and customer on-site trainings along with the exam. Our trainer, that's me, Kiran Kumar Pabati. I'm an author of more than 10 plus ITSM books. I've got 15 plus years of experience in IT industry, and I've got proficient knowledge in IT service management and IT asset management. I'm a People Cert and BCS accredited trainer with real-time experience in IT service delivery, ITIL process management, ITIL process development and consulting. I have witnessed the evolution of ITIL from V2 to V4 and have trained more than 1,000 people across the globe. Have been a trainer, consultant, process manager for many reputed companies like HP, IBM, Tech Mahindra, and Wipro. So, the learning objectives of this introductory video. So, as this is an introductory video, we are going to just have a bird's eye view, of all these different, concepts that we are seeing here in this slide. So, firstly, service management concepts, and then guiding principles, 4 dimensions of service management, service value system, continual improvement, overview of ITIL practices. So, this is the real gist of ITIL V4. So, I will try to give a glimpse, or I will try to give some limelight on all these different concepts. Firstly, IT service management in the modern world. So, technology is advancing faster today than ever before. Developments, we all know, we are witnessing the technologies, cloud, infrastructure, software as a service, platform as a service, machine learning, and blockchain. These technologies have completely changed the way of IT environments. Not only IT environments, even our day-to-day lives. We all know that, right? So, and IT has become an integral part of every organization now, right? So it's not the same like we had IT in some 1980s or 1990s. It's completely different now. So with respect to the technology which is progressing, we also need some best practices to give direction, to give some guidance for the management of IT. And for that reason, we have IT service management. And in simple words, I can say IT service management is the management of IT services. Okay, so IT service management, as we've discussed, it's the management of IT service in simple words. So ITIL is one such best practice framework which has been evolving, from 1980s. So as we've mentioned here, service management is evolving, and so is ITIL, the most widely adopted guidance on IT service management in the world. So let's look at the next slide, ITIL V4. So what is ITIL V4? ITIL, a best practice framework. Okay, let me give you a history of ITIL before I straight away go to ITIL V4. Okay, it's a best practice framework that has been evolving with the span of every decade. ITIL incepted in the late 1980s with few books, or rather I would say 31 books. And in 2001, ITIL V2 was released, and the emphasis was given only on service support and service delivery. Service support, which focused on operational activities, and service delivery, which focused on the management decisions and the long-term activities. And of course, there were few more books, another 5 books, like application development, information security management, planning and implementing service management, software management, business perspective, and so on. But the real glory or the focus was, on the service support and service delivery. And in 2007, ITIL V3 was launched in a life cycle approach. We all know the life cycle approach, which was very, very, very uh, catchy and very much, uh, which has got great popularity, which has got great popularity in 2007 with the life cycle approach, that is service strategy, service design, transition, service operations, and continual service improvement. And in 2011, there was some minor updates with new processes like change evaluation, business relationship management, and some minor definitions to the processes. And in 2016, we had another course, ITIL V3 Practitioner, where organizational change management and guiding principles were involved, and few more things. And now in 2019, ITIL V4 has been launched as an integration framework with much focus on digital transformation, customer experience, and value delivery. So now we are going to have a holistic, just to try to understand ITIL V4 in a quick few minutes. So, best practice framework for service management in Industry 4.0 and for digital economy. ITIL has led the ITSM industry with guidance, training, and certification for the last 3 decades. ITIL V4 is now evolved as enterprise service management with much focus on customer experience, digital transformation, governance, and embracing new ways of working such as lean, agile, and DevOps. So as I've discussed before, why ITIL V4? ITIL is a best practice framework which provides direction and guidance for service management. So IT in 1980s or in 2000 was something different. So the complexity of IT was not that great as we see now, with so many technologies, with now we are in an age of IoT, we are in an age of sensors, we are in the age of cloud computing, we are seeing, this cyber physical systems and so many things. So with respect to the age, with respect to the technology which is improving, we also need best practice frameworks to be updated. And for that reason, we have got ITIL V4. And the best part is ITIL V4 is now an integration framework with the other best practices like lean, agile, DevOps, etc. And the most important thing is it focuses on value. ITIL V4 focuses on the value, and it focuses for it is ITIL V4 has given great prominence to digital economy. So that is the reason we are looking at ITIL V4. Let's go to the next slide. Service management concepts. So here are some of the terminologies that we have to learn, and we have to see that we have to learn in ITIL V4. Okay. Firstly, services and products. In the earlier version of ITIL, service was defined as the delivery of value to the customers without the ownership of internal costs and risks. It was the delivery of value. But now in V4, it is the means of enabling value co-creation by facilitating outcomes that customers want to achieve without the customer having to manage the specific costs and risks. So the management of specific costs and risks is the same thing, but there in ITIL V3 it was delivery of value, and here it is enabling value. So that is the main difference. Okay, next is products. So in ITIL V3 there was no concept of products, but in ITIL V4, product is defined as a configuration of an organization's resources designed to offer value for a consumer, which lays the foundation for services. Products may or may not be visible for the customer. So if I have to give you an example of a service, it's like you go to a restaurant. Okay, you go to a restaurant and you look at the menu. Okay, you look at the menu, and if you're okay with the price, you order the food. And there, you don't uh, you don't have to manage the specific costs and risks. Like, you don't have to bother about the cost, the internal cost for bread, the internal cost for vegetables or meat, whatever it is. You're not bothered about it, right? And also the risks. You're not bothered about the risks. Like, imagine, you ordered some food, and let's say there was a fire accident. So you're not bothered about the you will always be uh, accountable for the fire accident. So you're not accountable for the risks. So service is the it's enabling value co-creation. So that means the service provider, that restaurant provider, is providing you the food, and you are enjoying the food. So if you're not enjoying the food, then there is no value co-creation. Okay, so that is the example that I can give you for service. And in products could be, as we've just discussed, the definition says it's the configuration of organization resources designed to offer value for a consumer. So products may or may not be visible for the consumer, for the customer. So that means, let's say, with the same example, when you go to a restaurant, you might see some of the products that is you have ordered in the food, like you might have ordered a pizza and some Coke. So there you can see some bread, you can see a Coke, but you cannot see the chili flakes or the oregano or some kind of ingredients. You might not see. Okay, so these are all the products. So, but they're all configuration. They're all the configuration uh, of the organization's resources or the food resources. They are all food resources designed to offer value for a consumer. So you, as a uh, guest to a restaurant, so you will see pizza, and the ingredients, that is the bread and the vegetables, are all nothing but the configurations. Okay, so they're all configurations, and they are all together called as the products. So they may or may not be visible for the customer. Okay, so next is service management. In earlier version of ITIL, service management was defined as a set of organizational capabilities for delivering value for customers in the form of services. But in the latest version, it's defined as a set of specialized organizational capabilities for enabling value for customers in the form of services. So there it was delivery of value, and here it is enabling value. And the reason is, service provider provides services. But what if the consumer doesn't utilize it? If the if the service provider and the service consumer works together, then it is called value co-creation. So for that reason, these definitions have been rephrased, be it with the definition of service, or be it with the definition of service management. Okay. So the next topic is customer, user, and sponsor. In the earlier version of ITIL, customer was defined as the stakeholder who pays for the service, and user as the stakeholder who uses the service. But in the latest version, customer is defined as a stakeholder who defines the requirements for a service and takes the responsibility for the outcomes of service consumption, and sponsor as the stakeholder who authorizes the budget for service consumption and pays for the services, and user definition remains the same. So if I have to give an example, I go to buy an iPhone, and then I am the sponsor because I'm using the money that I've got in my pocket or in my purse, and I will look out for the best iPhone with respect to my budget, be it iPhone 7 or 8 or 10, whatever it is. So I am the customer who is defining the requirements, and I am also the user who would be using my iPhone. Okay, so this is the example that I can give you. If I have to give you an example in IT environment, so let's say I am a service provider, a software service provider, and let's say your company is requiring a software. Okay, so in your company you are the user, but the sponsor is your company's CFO, and the customer is your company's project manager who defines the requirements, and I am the service provider who is providing the services. I hope this customer, user, and sponsor is clear now with the example that I provided. Next is service providers and service consumers. Service providers concept remains the same in ITIL v3 and v4, and also the same in ITIL v2. So it's simple. It's the company who provides the services. And service consumers is a new terminology used in ITIL v4 as the organization who receives and consumes the services. So in consumers, we've got different stakeholders like customer, user, sponsor. Okay. Next is service offerings and service relationships. Service offerings is a new concept in ITIL v4, which is a collection of one or more services designed to address the needs of the consumer. Service offerings may include goods, access to resources, and service actions. And service relationship is a new concept which defines the cooperation between the service provider and the service consumer. It's the cooperation and collaboration between the service provider and the service consumer. If I have to give you an example of service offerings, I would say I would give you an example of a workplace as a service, okay, where the service offering is workplace as a service. And service offerings may include goods. That means once you go to workplace, then you would be getting some kind. You might get some coffee, tea, and some water as complimentary, which can be called as goods, where the ownership is transferred to the consumer. So you can drink the water or drink the tea, drink the coffee, or if you don't like it, you can just throw it. Okay, and in workplace as a service, you get access to your laptops or desktops. You will get access to the pantry. Now that doesn't mean you can, since you've got access to your laptops and desktops, you can take your desktop back to your home. No, it's not possible. They're just giving access to the desktop. Okay? And the same case, even when you go to the pantry, it doesn't mean that you can take the coffee machine, to your home. They're just giving you access to the pantry or the coffee machine. Okay? And then the last one was service actions. Okay, service actions is like the maintenance activities that happens on your desktops, the maintenance activities that happens in your pantry, something like this. So service offering may include goods, access to resources, and service actions. The next topic is value, outcome, outputs, costs, and risks. They're all very simple definitions, and I'm sure you people will be able to understand what it really means. Value, it is the perceived benefits, usefulness, and importance of something or anything. So this is very simple. I don't really have to give an example for this. Outcome, it is the result of one or more outputs. And output, a tangible or intangible deliverable of an activity. So let me give you an example for this output and outcome. Output. So when you log an incident, the output of that incident is a unique incident number, and the outcome of incident management is resolution of the incident. Okay, so I hope the outcome and output differentiation is clear now. Cost, it is the amount of money that you spend on any activity. Okay, risk, any possible event that could harm or disrupt the service or service delivery. Okay, so this is the basic service management concepts that we will learn in ITIL v4. Next is, let's go to the next slide. Okay, and next one is service value system. So if you look at this diagram, you see different components, right? Okay, anyways, let me first tell you what is service value system. It's a new concept in ITIL v4 which defines the components and activities that work together in order to deliver a service. Inputs for SVS are opportunity and demand, and the output is value. As you see on the left hand side, you see opportunity or demand, and on the right hand side you see value. Opportunity is the options or possibilities that add value, and demand means the need or demand for a service. Okay, so the components of SBS. Firstly, guiding principles. So these are the principles that guide an organization in all the circumstances. And we've got 7 guiding principles like focus on value, start where you are, progress iteratively with feedback, collaborate and promote visibility, think and work holistically, keep it simple and practical, optimize and automate. And the next activity or the component is, where is my cursor? Yeah, here it is. Governance, which provides the direction and control for the organization. And the next one is practices. So practices, in ITIL V3 we had 26 processes, and now we call them as practices. So what are they? It is a set of organizational resources designed for performing work or accomplishing an objective. And then in the middle we've got service value chain. It is a set of activities required to respond to demand and facilitate value through creation and management of products and services. And the last one is continual improvement. Down at the bottom, it is the improvement initiatives in service value chain as continual improvement model and also as a practice. Okay, so that was about service value system, and yes, a little more detailed explanation of service value system. It represents the various components and activities of the organization that work together to facilitate value creation through IT-enabled services. The purpose of SBS is to ensure that organization continually co-creates value with all stakeholders through the use of management of products and services. And the core components we've just discussed what they were. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Service value chain. So service value chain provides an operating model. Now the service value chain is something which sits in service value system here. Okay, this is service value system and here is service value chain. So this is an operating model for the creation, delivery, and continual improvement of services. It's a flexible model with 6 key activities. So what are those 6 key activities? It is plan, improve, engage, design and transition, obtain or build, deliver, and support. Okay, so what is this? Let me give you some more information on these activities. So plan, it performs the planning activities, ensures a shared understanding of vision to all the 4 dimensions and all products and services. Improve, performs continual improvement activities for products, services, practices, and 4 dimensions. Engage, it performs collaboration with all stakeholders to understand the needs and maintain good relationship with all stakeholders. Design and transition, it performs the design and transition activities, ensuring the products and services meet the stakeholder expectations for quality, cost, and time to market. Obtain or build, performs activities like obtaining it from other companies or building it and ensuring the service components are available when and where they are needed. Deliver and support, performs activities like delivery and support, ensuring that the services meet the agreed specifications and requirements. So in simple words, planning is all about doing the planning, okay, and improving is about improving the services. Engaging is collaborating with the stakeholders and gathering requirements kind of stuff. And design and transition is designing the service and doing the transition or testing. And obtain or build is about obtaining it from different suppliers or building it on your own. And deliver and support is like day-to-day operational activities. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Practices. Each ITIL practice supports multiple service value chain activities, providing a comprehensive and versatile toolset for ITSM practitioners. So general management practices. Okay, so ITIL V4 has got 3 types of practices. One is general management, service management, and technical management practices. So general management practices are the practices from general business domains that have been adopted and adapted for service management domain. So if you look at this, you see architecture management is something which is new. Organizational change management is something new. Okay, it was there in ITIL V3 2016. Portfolio management, okay, it was there. Project management is something new. Risk management is something new, and workforce and talent management is something new. The rest all are the same old, practices which were there in ITIL v3. So continual improvement, this is bold and underlined, which means that we have to understand it very thoroughly. And information security management, knowledge management, relationship management, and supplier management is just in bold, which means it is applicable for your ITIL v4 foundation. So we have to know the terminologies of these practices. Okay, and in service management practices that are defined for service management domain. So the practices, let's see what are the new practices here. Business analysis is a new practice. IT asset management is a new practice. Service design is a new practice. Yeah, these are the new practices, and rest all are old practices. Okay, so here we have to understand the terminology of availability management, capacity and performance management, IT asset management, monitoring and event management, service configuration management, service continuity management. Yeah, we have to understand the terminologies, and we have to understand thoroughly on these practices like change control, incident management, problem management, service desk, service level management, and service request management. Okay, and the last one is technical management practices. So these practices have adapted from technical domains for service management purposes. So the practices listed in technical management practices are deployment management, infrastructure and platform management, software development and management. Okay, so this deployment management is something that we will understand the terminologies in ITIL v4, and it is applicable for our ITIL v4. Okay, so what is practice? So what is the difference between a process and practice? Process is a sequence of activities that which takes inputs and which gives some outputs or outcomes. That is a process, we know that. And practice is the combination of a process, it's the combination of the tools, it's the combination of the people, and many more stuff like this. So it's the combination of people, process, and tools. So in simple words, it's like this. This is called as ITIL practices or practice. Okay. So now let's move on to the guiding principles. Okay. So the guiding principles are the principles that will be used to guide an organization's decision and actions to ensure a shared understanding and give a common approach to service management across the organization. So these principles will be applied to the complete organization, irrespective whether if it's a strategic level or it's a tactical level or operation level. Okay, so all the organizations will have to follow these guiding principles and make effective decisions. So the principles are focus on value, which means any activity we do, we will have to understand what is the value of it, and then we have to go for that activity, or implement that activity. Without any value, do not do any activity. Okay, start where you are. That means start with wherever you are. Imagine currently you don't have a tool, for example, in your ITS for your IT service management. Okay, so you're currently using Excel as your ITSM tool. So start where you are. Start with your Excel, Microsoft Excel itself, and then slowly, you just have to start with your MS Excel and try to mature your operations with that Excel itself. Okay, progress iteratively with feedback. So this is like you have to progress in iterations, not in big bang approach. And also you have to remember that you have to take feedback from your stakeholders with every iteration. Okay. The next is collaborate and promote visibility. So this principle says that you have to collaborate with all your stakeholders, especially the relevant stakeholders, whoever is necessary, and you have to, promote visibility. There are different methods how you can promote visibility for your stakeholders by sending emails, by conducting trainings, awareness programs, and Kanban system is one an effective method where you can implement or where you can showcase your visibility. Sorry. Next is think and work holistically. So this is like uh, you will have to look at the complete end-to-end service rather than different activities. Let's say a service, the objective or the outcome of service is CSAT. So just look at, you have to look at the service holistically, not at the availability of the service or the performance of the service or the security of the service. Now if you look at the service availability, capacity and security as three different parts, then maybe each and every practice might be up to their SLAs, but that doesn't mean the customer or the consumer is really very happy. So you have to think and work holistically. Next is keep it simple and practical. This is another principle which says that don't complicate procedures, operations, practices. Don't do that. Okay, don't make it cumbersome. Make it simple. Whatever is necessary, just keep that and make it practical so that everybody understands it. Next is optimize and automate. So it focuses on optimizing the resources. That is, be it your IT tools, technologies, and also people. And then automation. Automation, we all know automation is going to definitely increase the speed of your operations. It reduces the human efforts and also reduces the human errors. Okay, so these are the different guiding principles. Okay, so these are the key important things that we had to discuss in this, preview or the introduction of ITIL V4. There are many more things like four dimensions of service management, which is like the organization and people, information and technology, and then value streams and processes, and partners and suppliers. So these four dimensions are nothing but the four P's of IT service management that in V3, okay, it was like people, process, products, and partners, and now they are called as organization and people, information and technology, value streams and processes, and partners and suppliers. So there are a few more things likewise, but considering the time and since this is just an introductory video, so we will stop it here. So this is about ITILB for Foundation. And another slide deck that I want you guys to have a quick view is the ITIL V4 certification schema, or the scheme, I'm sorry. So firstly, we will do ITIL Foundation. And then after that, we've got ITIL Managing Professional. So if you are doing your ITIL specialist, that is, you will have to do this 4 certificates to become an ITIL managing professional. Okay, that is create, deliver, and support, drive stakeholder value, high velocity IT, direct, plan, and improve. And then to become an ITIL strategic leader, you will have to do these 2 certifications, that is ITIL strategist, direct, plan, and improve, and ITIL leader, digital and IT strategy. Okay, now this is the diagram that I was talking about. And now on the left hand side, you see managing professional transition. So if you are an ITIL expert, okay, ITIL V3 expert, so what do? So you either can wait till this certification comes, that is in Q3 or Q4, okay, and then do your managing professional transition, or to have a better understanding of ITIL Foundation, you can start from here, ITIL Foundation, and then wait till Q3 or Q4, and then do your bridge course. So this is the way how you can, do your ITIL certifications. And on the top, we have ITIL Master, which is the topmost certification. And we are not sure about the, prerequisites and the qualification criteria of this master. So that is about ITIL V4 certification scheme. Okay. And next, lastly but not the least, Service Desk Academy offerings. We are, a training company. We offer consulting and training services for ITIL V4 from Axelos UK. We also do ISO 20K, ISO 27K. We also provide trainings like Certified HAM from Service Desk Academy, Certified SAM from Service Desk Academy, DevOps Foundation from Exin, Prince2 from Axelos, Agile from Axelos, SDA and SDM from Service Desk Institute, Certified Incident Manager, Certified Problem Manager, Certified Change Manager, and Certified Configuration Manager from Service Desk Academy. So these are the other consulting and training services that we offer. And thank you so much for your time and patience. Hope you have, uh, hope you've got some knowledge about this ITIL V4, and also you. I hope that you've learned some, at least a basic introduction of ITIL. So for more information, please do visit servicedeskacademy.com or drop an email at info@servicedeskacademy.com. And if you have enjoyed the session, please do register our ITIL V4 Foundation course to get more knowledge on ITIL V4 Foundation. And yes, we are an accredited ATO for uh, ITIL Axilos and PeopleCert. It's not just like, we are not an AEO or we are not an affiliate. We are pure ATO. We are authorized to conduct corporate and online and, classroom-based trainings. Okay. Thank you so much. Hope you have enjoyed the session. Thanks a lot. Have a good day and enjoy. Bye-bye.